We meet again. You do remember me, yes? You saved my skin twice over at Yedlamad, and now I find myself turning to you for help once more, but let's tarry here no longer. Damn it all, staying calm isn't exactly my forte. We must save Palaka's stand, whatever it takes. Matsya, it pains me to put you in harm's way, but I would ask you for your aid as well. Of course, Palaka's stand is not far down that hill. But, as I told His Excellency before, the path was blocked by terrible creatures. I had no choice but to turn back. In that case, this is what we shall do. Mana, I ask that you take the lead and dispatch any beasts you encounter. Alice and I will keep Matsya hidden amidst the trees and follow when the path is clear. There is no telling what dangers await us. Keep your eyes peeled. I was thinking, after what happened to Graha and Shadowbringers, I was so worried about his fate in Shadowbringers, and after he survived that whole ordeal, I was thinking to myself, there's no way they'd kill Graha after all of that, after everything he went through. But now, I'm not sure. Because if they want us not to be calm, one sure way to do that is to kill one of our friends and... What happens to them? Good work, Mana, though I worry for Matsya. It cannot be. We must heal those we can and quickly. I see no beasts, but stay on your guard. Have you come to help us? Too late. Too late. My family, my friends. What if her grandson is still alive? That would hurt. If I wrote this game, her grandson would still be alive, and she transformed over nothing. The villager has no pulse, nor do they appear to be breathing. The cooling body has already begun to stiffen. The massive wounds suggest the villager was gored by a terrible beast. Though the villager's injuries do not appear to be life-threatening, he does not respond to your efforts. His breathing grows more ragged and shallow, and his vacant eyes are those of a man who has lost the will to live. Even if I wake, the nightmare goes on. No, leave me to sleep. You call out, but the man does not respond. Are these the only villagers who survived? I can only hope others managed to flee, but if the rest have been turned into beasts by the 12, let's do what we can to see the damage spreads no further. And no matter what comes, we must keep our spirits high, lest we ourselves suffer a similar fate. I'm very worried about we ourselves suffering a similar fate. I can tend to the rest. Pray, look after Matsya. No doubt what we have seen here weighs even heavier on his heart than ours. Stay by Matsya's side, Mana. Unlike us, he's not accustomed to seeing such horrors. Oh, Mana! This is Uravet, the elder here. He is hurt, but praise be to the sisters, he still lives. Young Matsya here has told me everything. I have no words to express my gratitude for your aid. When the heavens began to burn, we were afraid, but did our best to carry on as we always have done. Until today, when those unholy beasts came pouring into our village, a flood of midnight and death. There are no words to describe what followed. Men and women I have known since they were babes, struck down by creatures only to rise again to join the murderous horde in the guise of those hideous fiends. In the chaos, a handful of our villagers fled for their lives. I can only hope they have found their way to safety. Matsya, do you perchance remember Karasaf and Mevin, the young couple who always bought your freshest catches? How could I forget, Elder? When I first came to peddle my wares, desperate to eke out a living, they showed me such kindness. Others shunned me as an outsider, as is their way, but Kirasov and Mevin bought my fish and sung it praises. They turned my fortunes around. Alas, I fear they are in terrible danger. I saw them running towards a Gama temple, one of those beasts in close pursuit. They had their child, still but a tiny babe. To elude these fiends while caring for one so young, it is an impossible task, surely. I beg of you, go to their aid. I want to help them, yet I am but a fisherman. I cannot face beasts on my own. Will you come with me? Oh, thank you. A Gama temple lies to the west here. We must hurry. The temple is just ahead. It was built by those who worship Saint Agama, but has sadly faded into disrepair in recent years. If my friends made it this far, no doubt they are hiding somewhere amidst the ruins. No, please stay back. Yeah! That was Kirasov! Oh no, this is not good. I'll take a look. But please do. The cry came from the ruins. You must hurry! The man lies motionless on the ground, bearing a grievous wound. I'm sorry, Mana. I tried to stay behind, but I couldn't. No, it cannot be. Is someone, anyone? My arms so heavy, and my legs. I cannot feel my legs. My wife fled with our daughter. I need to find them. Need to be with them. I need... Kirasov! No! Kirasov! You must stay strong! More time. I thought I had. I don't want to die. Thank you. Please, find them. Mevan still lives, and she has their child. We must search the jungle between here and Palaka stand. There is nowhere else she could have gone, I think. Forgive me, Kirasov. Once we have saved your wife and child, we will return here and lay you to rest. You see no tracks or other signs of recent travel. Mevan and the child must be elsewhere. If Mevan and her daughter came through this area recently, you see no evidence of their passage. Did you see any sign of them? I found nothing. Perhaps the beasts have chased them further from the village. Oh gods above, I beseech you, pray deliver Mevan and her little one to safety. Meanwhile, in the skies above Thavnir, yeah, let's see how Estinian is doing. That'll make me feel better.
No more enemies to trouble us here. It's me. How fare you below? Understood. I will inform Vritra. Chaos and panic sweep Raz-at-Han, and many more have succumbed to the transformations. Amidst the fray, Ahawan fell, protecting a grief-stricken father. My friends fight alongside your radiant host to secure the capital. Beasts have been sighted in Palaka stand as well. We have divided our forces in hopes of quelling the threat there. Of small solace is that we now know what triggers the transformation. As my companions tell it,
so it is the very fear and despair in their hearts which inflicts this abhorrent punishment upon them. A nightmare from which my children will never awake. O capricious and cruel fate, they are undeserving of such condemnation.
will you wallow in sorrow or rise to the occasion? Raz-at-Han is leaderless. Before he passed, Ahawan sought to reveal the truth to his people. Honor his wishes.
To what end? To breed a new conflict between dragon and man. These claws could reduce thee to shreds with a touch. These jaws crush thy bones to dust. Only through my proxy could I walk with my children. Without him, I am a bringer of fear, no different from the beasts which beleaguer them.
Perhaps so. Only in death were Hraesvelgr and Shiva united. Indeed, whenever man and dragon have come together, death has ever been the inevitable result. It was our fear of your kind that sparked a nigh-endless war. Fear and hate of which Nidhogg drank deep as he laid waste to my homeland. And in turn, I took my revenge on his brood. Blood for blood, pain for pain. I thought nothing of theirs, only of mine. And yet, were the chasm between us too vast and too deep, Hraesvelgr would not have borne Isael to battle and our rescue. He would never have entrusted a mortal champion with one of his eyes. And the Dragonsong War would still rage on. And I would still wage a never-ending war of violence and vengeance. The future of our star be damned. I cannot speak for Ahawan's greater goals. Yet I know that he served you, served your people, long and true. In this time of unprecedented crisis, he turned to you. You could do worse than to place your trust in him. It will not be easy, but the future of Raz-at-Han hangs in the balance. We have company. The hour has come, Vritra! It's all or nothing!
That feeling when they say the line from the trailer. If Mevin fled deeper into the jungle, and she and her child are in... If Mevin fled deeper into the jungle, she and her child are in grave danger. What are we to do? Gods have mercy. You must try to stay calm, Matsya. But how can I at a time like this? They could be dead. So, if I allow myself to be overcome by this fear, I too might become a beast. I am not sure I understand, but I will do my best. I've seen to the wounded. How did the two of you fare? Did you find your friends? I see. In that case, let us help you find the mother and child. Before we leave, we must ensure the village will be safe in our absence. Alice and I will patrol the area and search for more beasts. Would you and Matsya speak with Elder Yurviet? Pray explain to him the situation and join us as soon as you are able. We will save Mevin and her child. We can do that much for Karasov. I'm sorry, I just started thinking about how sitting in that queue to log into the game today would have turned me into one of these monsters. The despair I felt. I am heartened to see you both safe, but what of the family? We found Karasov, but he... Say no more. I understand. We have lost another of our dear friends. Karasov may be gone, but there is still hope for Mevin and their child. Please, find them, I beg of you. And if, in your search, you come across anyone else who escaped the slaughter, pray tell them what has happened. I will do my best to keep the villagers safe, and their spirits high. Come, let us rejoin your friends at once. We encountered no beasts during our patrol, thankfully. Where might have Mevin have run off to? Think, Matsya, think! I am pleased to report that the vicinity appears to be beast-free, no doubt, thanks to your earlier efforts. And with that, let us resume our search for your friend and her child. Where should we begin, Matsya? If we follow Kisadora south, we will arrive at Perusa, a temple. It is a sacred place where people go to commune with divinities. It's possible that Mevin sought shelter there, and perhaps other villagers as well. Then it's settled. Matsya, stay close to me, alright? You two, take the lead. Keep an eye out for beasts and anyone in need of help. Very well. We make for Perusa as quickly as we are able. With me. Thank you. I thought I was done for. Mevin? She's a friend of mine too, but I have not seen her. She must still be out there somewhere. I'm trying to avoid the beasts, and with her child, gods. Worry not for me. I can make my way back to the village on my own. Mana, wait! Perusa lies just up ahead, but something terrible has happened. The beasts have come, and many have already been killed. Alphalo and Alice have gone to do what they can, but there are so many. More than I could count. You must be ready. Remain calm and do not wander off. I will tend to the wounded. Stay strong. We'll keep you safe, I promise. There you are. How fare the others? I see. You've seen to all the beasts in sight? In that case, let's have everyone gather in front of the temple.
Courage, friend. The pain will pass.
Has anyone seen Mevan? Where could she be?
We've dealt with all the blasphemies, and made certain no villagers are still in hiding.
Good work. We've otherwise tended to the wounded as best we can.
What will become of us?
Help is on the way, surely. We may have to abandon our homes now, but we will return, someday.
But where can we go? Is anywhere even safe?
The moon.
That I cannot say.
Well, I can. Nowhere's safe. Run all you like, but there's no escaping these things. And even if I could, it's too late for my family.
This isn't good. The more they dwell on the tragedy, the more likely we are to lose them too.
My friends, this is a place of worship. Should your heart quake with sadness, cast your mind to the heavens and remember the teachings of the old gods. Did they not implore us to stand fast when waves of sorrow break against our shores?
Know this, my children. There is more ugliness than beauty in this world. To live is to suffer. To drink of calamity and drown in anguish. To toil and be tested, always and ever.
'Tis a perilous path you walk. Death lurks in the dark, and is the sole promise that awaits at journey's end. You will tremble with terror. You will weep tears of anger and despair.
But do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. Then will you see how the hardships make you strong.
Every doubt reforged as scales for your armor. Every agony to temper your blade.
Thank you, lad. We'd almost forgotten who we are. My undying gratitude to you as well, my friends. You were searching for Mevan, no? We must return home. I pray you help the boy find his friend.
Gladly. We dispatched what beasts we could, but the roads are still dangerous. Stay together and go in safety.
That was very impressive, what you did back there.
They should. They were the first spoken unto our ancestors by the divinity of legend. I'm easily upset, and fish are wont to flee a temperamental hand. So I recite the teachings over and over to calm myself.
They're lovely and inspiring to hear. Though I imagine they were born of great misfortune.
They are born of life. There's as much bad as good in it. More, many would attest. All the more reason to appreciate the good when you can.
I won't argue with that.
In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow.
And with that, let us see if we can't find Mervyn. Did you see? That beast was chasing someone.
Over there. My view is blocked by the trees, but I'm sure I saw someone being chased by a beast. Mana, go with Matsya and search along the river. Alphino and I will circle around from the south. We've reached the Font of Maya. Perhaps they're hiding in the ruins.
That's her! No, I'm sure of it! Mervyn!
Don't, please!
No! God have mercy!
Mervyn's lifeless body floats before you, battered and broken. Her death, no doubt, came swiftly. Her infant daughter, however, is nowhere to be seen. You take the babe into your arms. If she yet lives, you cannot tell, but she will surely not survive unless you carry her to the surface at once. Oh, no, no, no. What do we do? What do we do? So, where are they? Did you find Mervyn and the child? Damn it all. You have the child. Let me see her.
She's so cold, Alphino.
The child is alert, and I see no wounds, and yet... she grows weaker. My spells can do no more. What she needs is a change of clothes and a warm bed. We must hurry back. Not now!
Matsya, take the child.
It appears we've made enough noise to be heard for miles around. More will be upon us ere long. We make our stand here. Matzia, can you take her back to the village?
But the child, all by myself. You can't be serious.
The beasts will follow you home unless we stop them here. And so we shall. Be strong, Matzia. Her life is in your hands.
Right. I can do it.
I know you can. We'll keep them busy, Matzia. Go! Quickly!
Steady. You know the way. No. No! Not you too. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
To live is to suffer, to drink of calamity. It is a perilous path. Death lurks in the dark.
No! I'm not afraid! I'm not afraid! Ah! Do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. See how the hardships make you strong. Every doubt reforged. Every agony. The divinity?
Nay, but one who would deliver thee just the same.
Please. You must save the child. She is all that remains of Mevan and Grasef. Please.
Well. Seems the babe's taken a liking to you.
Thou art strong, little one. Let us convey thee to thy home.
I spied our friends as we flew in. They appeared to be holding their own against the Horde.
Right. That's the last of them. We should hurry and find Matzia. What, like divine aid?
A fine battle it must have been. Shame I missed it.
Estinian, It was you who came to Matya's aid.
I was only along for the ride. Vritra was the one who saw the boy was in need. The two are headed back to the village.
Where the worm will honor Ahiwan's wishes and finally reveal himself to his people.
Perhaps so. Will you go and join them?
There's something I need to do first. Mervyn gave her life so that her child might live. She deserves better than to be left to drift alone. She deserves to be laid to rest beside her husband, at least. Will you help me?
Go. I will keep watch until your work is done. We have done what we can. 'Tis for the villagers of Palaka stand to perform the funeral rites. If nothing else, Maven and Karisef died as they lived, as themselves and not as beasts. Their souls will find peace in the ethereal sea. To think the day would come when even the smallest of solaces would be this comforting. May their souls be reunited one day. For that and so many other blessed possibilities, we must avert the final days. You ready then? In that case, let's head to Palaka stand. No doubt Vritra is awaiting us. Oh, Vritra, you took a second to spawn in there, bud. Rest easy, for all is well here. Young Matsya returned with the babe safe in his arms. Owing to a warm bed, the girl hath already begun to regain her strength. Less joyously received was word of the mother and father's fate, as well as that of their transformed neighbors. How many children of Thavner must we lose to this calamity? Mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, every death another void that can never be filled. We who survive them must carry the weight of their memory as we strive to regain a semblance of what we have lost. Karisef and Mervyn's babe is a child of Thavner as well. I thank you for returning her to us safe. Oh, most great and merciful worm, I have not the words to express my gratitude. They say that if it were not for you, brave Matsya and the child would have been lost to us forever. Long had I heard the rumors that a mighty dragon had forged a pact of friendship with the satrap, but never would I have expected such a kind and gentle soul. Truth in part, but not in whole. I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. An isle I have ruled over as satrap, with Ahiwan as my loyal servant. Are my ears to be believed? You were the true satrap all along? Nidhana? What are you doing here? I had heard from the Radiant that you had gone to help the people of Palaka stand in their time of need, and so I and several of my colleagues from the Great Work came to offer you services. The alchemists have already brewed up some potions for Mevin's daughter. But enough about us. You and your role are the far greater enigma. If you were the true satrap all along, could it be that Varshan was created to serve as your emissary? Thou didst suspect the boy was but a simulacrum? A rumor has circulated for many years around the High Crucible that our most skilled alchemists were once commissioned by the satrap's family in secret to fashion a mammoth indistinguishable from a living boy. Looking at Varshan with that knowledge, I simply put two and two together. I was not alone in drawing this conclusion, but like me, they no doubt recognized that the satrap was using the simulacrum to work more closely with his people and decided not to press the issue. I had always assumed one of Ahawan's associates was manipulating it from afar, though the truth is indeed far more surprising. It is an honor to meet you in the flesh, Master Vritra. Pray allow me to express my gratitude. If you had not believed in and given unto us your scales, I do not know where we would be. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. 'Twas thou and thy fellow alchemists that fashioned the means to unmake the towers. You were the saviors not only at Razathan, but the star. Far too kind you are, Master Vritra, but the star yet wants for salvation. Once more will my colleagues and I commit to the knowledge and resources at our disposal to the mission of aiding the people in their darkest hour. 'Twould seem this place is in good hands. I would return to see how Razathan fares. What will you do, scions? I worry for the survivors we met at Perusa. Shall we pay them a visit before making our way back? In that case, might I ask a favor? Nothing too burdensome, I promise. This way. Vritra chose to reveal his identity to the village of Palaka before all others, a wise choice considering the warm reception. Heh, even he seemed a little relieved. It remains to be seen how the people at Razathan will take the news, but if this was any indication, he need not worry. What a lovely aroma. I wonder what sort of spices those are. Curious, isn't it? The burning sky is so ominous, yet the crackling flames here are somehow calming. Oh, Mana, running through that dark jungle, there was a time when I thought all was lost. Had Master Vritra and Astinia not arrived when they did? No, I must focus on the good. Mevin's precious daughter is safe and sound, and that's all that matters. Needs to simmer just a bit longer, I'd say. In the meantime, I was hoping I might ask you a few questions. The red sky, these terrible beasts. What in the name of the sisters is happening here in Thavnair? Oh my, that's rather a lot to take in. It would seem the situation is even more grave than we suspected. Thank you, my friend. My colleagues and I will use your knowledge to see if it can further our own research. And with that, here we are, a pot of piping hot chai, brewed from my own secret recipe of spices and tea leaves, together with the hearty helpings of rich milk and purest sugar. I've made enough for everyone in the village. Might I trouble you to deliver a few cups? The drink has medicinal properties, then? Not in the least. The ingredients are quite ordinary. It's so very tasty, though, and has a way of lifting the spirits. The spicy aroma and distinctive sweetness of chai is a simple, everyday pleasure on our island. Sometimes the best medicine is the simplest. A lovely sentiment, Nidana. By all means, allow us to assist. While you lot distribute hot beverages, I'll do a sweep for errant beasts to slay. A far less arduous task, no doubt. When you've finished, look for me at the wakeful Tirana. Look at them, all lazing about, knowing full well the beast might strike again at any moment. Do they not realize their lives are in danger? Well, I, for one, intend to survive. I'm too young to die. Yes, I'll leave this island behind if I must. But where would I go? Is anywhere safe these days? A cup of chai? Can't you see I have more important things to worry about? No, you're right. It is precisely in times like these that we must strive to remain calm and steady. I do believe I'll visit the Elder and see what needs to be done. If there is any way I can aid my village and my friends, I will do it. The aroma of that chai truly is irresistible. Do you suppose Nidhana would mind if I helped myself to a cup? Wait, I know you. You were the one who saved us from those beasts back at the temple. Were it not for you, well, let's not even think about that. At times like this, we mustn't dwell on what might have been, but look to the future. But what future awaits us? How can Radz-at-Han hope to recover from this? Most of my friends are gone, and I don't know where to turn. A cup of chai? Well, if you insist. Ah, that aroma has a way of clearing the mind. Come to think of it, we've faced our fair share of trials in the past as well, and no matter how hard the times, we've always come together as people united. One day at a time, one step at a time. For that is all any of us can do. Yes. Back to work, once I finish this cup. Thank you. I'm sorry, I just want to be left alone. My best friend and I, we fled the village together. One of the beasts took him, and it was all I could do to run. All the while, I could hear this monstrous voice screaming my name. This is for me. Ah, we used to drink chai together often, shared stories over steaming cups after a hard day's work. Thank you, friend. The pain may never pass, but I may press on all the same, for his memory, and for who we must remember. Thank you for delivering the chai, Mana. Did it help lift the villagers' spirits? That is heartening to hear indeed. The final days show no signs of abating, but that is all the more reason why we must try to keep our composure. Our lives have been forever changed. The people we have lost will never return to us. These tragedies will long weigh on our hearts. But we have the capacity to live with our suffering, to carry the agony till we too join the fallen in death. It is not a surrender, but a recognition, for it is only in acceptance that we find the strength to move forward. As you have finished your deliveries, might I talk with you for a moment? I was curious to know what had become of Mevin and Kirisov's remains. Oh, thank you, friend. Surely they will be able to rest peacefully by each other's side. I and the people of Palaka will perform the rites as soon as we are able. As for the child, it will not be easy for her growing up without her parents, but I promise to do what I can. When she is able to eat solid food, the fish I catch will help nourish her. Well, we finished delivering the chai. I do believe everyone has a piping hot cup. I could almost believe there's magic at work, how their tensions fade with every sip. Let us pray that Palaka has seen the last of their transformations, at least for now. They are still at risk, as every village in Thavnir, like as not. Still, I trust we can leave this place in the care of our friends from the Radiant and the High Crucible. Shall we return to Radz-at-Han? By all means, do not let us keep you further. There are still many who have need of your wisdom and strength to deliver them from this terrible calamity. And I too will do what I can as well. I will bring rations and supplies from Akyali. We have plenty to spare. Then let us find Estinian and be on our way. Where did he wander off to again? The wakeful Tirana, near the bridge to Radz-at-Han, as I recall. Very well then. I have apprised Estinian of the situation at Palaka Stand, so we needn't have that conversation. How do you suppose the others have fared in the capital? I hope things have not been too eventful in our absence. Alphinaud has told me everything. Full glad am I to hear the people are safe. Likewise, you will be pleased to know I found no evidence of lingering beasts in the jungle and ruins. 'Twould seem you finished off the last of them. Trying times yet lie ahead for the people of Thavnir. Fortunately, they have a wise and benevolent satrap to shepherd them through. Speaking of which, I received word from Thancred not a short while ago. He awaits our return in the city on Aldzadal's path. Come. The poor old woman who became a beast said her grandson had gone to Palaka's stand. I hope he survived. It'll be a struggle for the people to come to terms with these tragedies, but they are far stronger than you may think. There is a lingering sense of desolation here, but that is much preferable to the panic and chaos we saw before. It's good to see you safe. Given the skies, 'tis all too easy to fear the worst. I am pleased to report that we've succeeded in quelling the threat here in the city. The beasts have all been felled, and the citizens are safe for now. I've also heard from the Radiant that an important proclamation will be made in the city square, though they said no more than that. Might you have an idea what this is about? So Vritra is finally coming out from behind the curtain. I suppose we, too, should hear what he has to say. The Megaduta, then. But before that, it would appear that word of the assembly has not yet reached all the citizens. Of course it hasn't. If anyone along the way seems unaware, we'd best enlighten them. Of course it hasn't. Are the beasts all gone? I've been hiding and I'm too scared to go out and look. Oh, that's a relief. I thought one of the beasts was going to eat me. I wonder where Varshan is. He's the slowest runner. I hope he got away. He could be with the other people he could be with the other people from the palace. Maybe I'll see him in the square. Leave me be, please. I swear to you. My flesh tastes absolutely terrible. Oh, gods, what are you doing scaring me like that? If we're not quiet, those beasts will find us. The square, you say? But that's where the satrap was killed. With my very eyes, I saw him crushed in that creature's maw. So many lives lost. So much terrible carnage. And you say there is someone else who would lead Ratzathan in his stead? Whoever they are. If they say anything to sully the memory of our beloved satrap, I'll make them regret it. Oh, the relief I felt when Graha spawned in. I hear you were able to bring the situation at Palaka's stand under control. Every life lost is a tragedy, but you should take pride in doing what you could. When I assumed command during the earlier panic, I did so instinctively and out of necessity. It was not my place to give orders, but I'm glad the people heeded them. But now they have need of a true leader, a magnanimous and just satrap who can guide them every step of the way. Fortunately, they are blessed with one such soul. If anyone can protect and guide them through this calamity, it is he. I'm still really glad we saw his leadership qualities again. Like, people say that Graha has changed since, he came back to the source. I think he's just happier and more carefree, but I mean, it's not like he stopped having all those crystal Exarch qualities. He just hasn't needed them, you know? But he used them so well here. It would seem that people still have lingering doubts, and I cannot blame them. Yet we know what strength is afforded us. With one of the first brood on our side. I have faith the citizenry will come to understand and accept him in time. No, I'm not done talking. Worm and Mand, working together towards a common goal. Finished rounding up the stragglers. The proclamation will begin shortly. Let's wait here, lest we miss something important. Welcome back, Mana. Alphino told me everything. I was pleased to hear that Vritra has chosen to reveal himself at last. The people of Ratzathan need a strong and wise satrap more than ever. People are slowly making their way here, but many are still gripped by fear and doubt. Hopefully Vritra's message of hope will resonate strongly enough with the ones willing to listen, and spread to every corner of Thavnair.
Look! Someone's coming!
People of Razathan, it warms my heart to see so many brave, resilient souls before me. Today, I would share with you a great revelation. But before I do, I must make a humble request. Do not be alarmed, nor avert your eyes. See the one I unveil for who he is, and know that he means you no harm.
Very well. I dare say it can't be worse than the horrors we've already seen.
Many thanks.
A dragon!
Wow!
People of Radzathan, I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. 'Tis as the Satrap's ally I am known. Today, I would reveal the truth unto you.
Let us hope they accept him.
If I am hearing this right, you were the satrap all along?
Vashan! I mean, Master Vitra, does your divine eye really see all?
Nay, child. While mine eye hath borne witness to the whole of our nation's history, to its future I am blind as thee. Countrymen, calamity the likes of which we have never known is come to Fafnir, our home. Friends and loved ones have been taken from us. I, too, have lost my closest confidant. Ahawan loved this land and served it with dignity till his dying breath. A nobler satrap there will never be. For so long, I lacked the courage to face you. I will not easily earn your trust, this I know. And yet, I cannot sit idly by and abandon Radzathan to her fate. A font of boundless vibrancy, this jewel of the ocean. Since time immemorial, hath she glittered with every color imaginable. To this dragon, slumbering in his dark lair, 'twas a mesmerizing sight, and one that brought no end of joy to my heart. This calamity hath stolen too much from you already, yet so long as you live, the light of Radzathan will never be extinguished. I pray you let me watch over it, over you, and lend me your strength, that we might face this trial and those to come as one.
I do not know you, dragon, but I thank you for speaking the truth to us. As divinities, both Manusha and Riga once joined together, so too do I believe that hand in hand, we can overcome this ordeal and welcome an era of peace.
A sight that would have surely brought a smile to Azael's face.
Oh.
Indeed.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Excuse me, but I must speak with the Satrap at once.
Father.
You have suffered dearly of late, yet you must endeavor to look beyond these losses to the future you yet have. On behalf of the Forum of Sharlayan, I come with a proposal by which you, the people of Radzat-Han, might be saved. I say again, I must speak with your Satrap. I beseech you, take me to him with all possible haste.
I am Satrap here. Speak thy proposal. All present shall hear and judge.
If I have given offense, then I apologize. First, allow me to share with you what knowledge we have of the phenomenon responsible for your woes. The final days. 'Tis an affliction of stagnancy and rot, sown into the currents of the star. Though the first prominent manifestation was here, in Thavner, it will invariably spread to every corner of the world. The Forum was forewarned of this apocalypse several centuries ago. Thenceforth, my predecessors sought to prepare for the end times in the only conceivable fashion, by securing a means of escape.
Escape this star? What madness is this?
'Tis by no means madness. With the coming of the 7th umbral calamity, the true nature of the Red Moon, Dalamud, was revealed. That it was an artificial construct of ancient Alag. But what of the Silver Moon? This celestial satellite is yet another technological marvel fashioned and maintained by ancient allies. A ship that will sail the heavens and deliver our people from destruction. And by our people, I speak not only of Sharlayan. We mean to save every man, woman, and child it is within our power to save. Including you, our dear friends of Radzat-Han. Recent events necessitate adjustments be made, and quickly, but we can and will escort you safely to the moon.
Long has thy Forum been allies to Thavner. I trust thou dost not extend this offer lightly. Yet I wonder, is this truly the way? Is there a future to be built for us beyond this star our father deemed the last bastion of hope?
It is for that very reason I come before you and your people. To answer any and all of your questions. To offer my assurances and allay your fears. Though, if you wish the best for your people, I advise you to render your decision swiftly.
Show our friends to Megaduta. They are to be received as honored guests. Worry not. Whatever decision is reached, your paths shall be yours to decide. Until then, heed the warning of these brave heroes. Guard your hearts against fear and despair, for it is within such fertile soil that the seeds of blasphemy find purchase. Remain calm and attend to your daily tasks.
will do as you say, Master Vitra. We believe in you.
Oh, you're still here. What a relief. Nidana, what's the matter? Has something happened at Palaka's stand?
Oh, no, not that I know of. I just hope to hear your thoughts on a theory of mine. All who undergo the transformation are drained of their ether, yes? What is it then that gives these beasts the strength to carry on as they do? Logically, they must be drawing upon an alternate form of vital energy. That put me in mind of our earlier conversation, when I tried to explain the essence which many confuse with ether.
Akasha. Yes, I remember. The unseen gift bestowed from on high. An energy influenced solely by emotion.
Yes, yes. In this instance, negative ones set Akasha into motion, thereby infusing the beasts with vitality. I posit this as the mechanism by which the beasts are born and sustained. Ah, do you still have that flower?
Oh.
If we accept that it once shone bright by drawing upon Akasha, influenced by the thoughts of those nearby, then fear, terror, despair, negative emotions so powerful as to suffocate it, permeated the air in this place. You must be very careful. The forces which drive the final days may be beyond our ability to perceive. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. At any rate, I will continue my research into Akasha. Do temper your expectations, however. There are sadly few detailed studies upon which I may draw.
Formulating a new theory as you have is itself no small feat. I wish you well in your endeavors, and pray you take care.
Thank you. You stay safe as well, yes? Till next we meet. And we will meet again.
Under normal circumstances, the forum's proposal would be regarded as sheer madness. When the sky burns, even madness can sound appealing. Doubtless Vritra is loath to abandon his own, and yet, absent other options, he cannot dismiss the option out of hand. Their solution sits ill with me, but if life has taught me anything, it's that there is little to be gained from arguing with Charlians. We must take it upon ourselves to find a better way. Even were Vritra to acquiesce to their proposal, just how do the Charlians intend to transport the nation's entire populace to the moon? We have no better, safer course of action to offer them than fleeing to the moon. I know this, and yet Vritra and his people love their home. There must be something we can do. The soldier of the Radiant there, if I am not mistaken, he accompanied Ahuan to Vanaspati. Could it be that he knew Vritra's identity all along? As far as we have come, and after all the horrors we have seen, there is still so much we do not know about the final days. Could it be as Nidhana said, that the cause of this phenomenon is beyond our comprehension, and if so, are we powerless to forestall it? No matter what my father and the Forum say, giving up and abandoning this place cannot be our only recourse. Greetings, honored scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have a message from His Excellency the Satrap. Brave scions, you have my gratitude for aiding my people in this most trying of times. Alas, matters here at Megaduda prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of mine appreciation, I have arranged for a feast to be held in your honor. May it nourish you in preparation for the trials ahead. Such are the words of Master Vritra. The feast he speaks awaits you at Merhid's Mehain. Pray make your way there whenever your business here is done. We thank you for your kindness. Indeed, I was hoping we might find a place to discuss our next course of action, and that seems an ideal venue. Access to the Aetheryte you see there has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first appeared. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, but it was deemed too dangerous to permit the free movement of visitors at a time of emergency, a risk we could not take. In light of recent developments, however, the Satrap has decided that such restrictions would only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. As such, I would encourage you to attune with the Aetheryte before proceeding along the corridor. You got it. How was your meeting with the Radiant? I would love to hear more. Forgive me for not waiting to make a toast. My throat was utterly parched. The threat here has been quelled, but our job's only just begun. I know I must eat to regain my strength, but between you and me, I don't have much of an appetite. I'm overdue for a good meal. Good, you could join us. Mill Hill over there will be happy to take your order. Welcome. When the Satrap asked us to entertain a party of honored guests, I was wondering who it might be. This is a lovely surprise, to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Kazal from your friend Grahatia. I understand there was nothing that could be done, but I was heartened to hear he meant us no harm. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching the beasts. As the smallest token of our thanks, your food and drink tonight are Merhid's treat. Speaking of which, what shall I start you with? Water, please. As you wish, pray join your friends and I will bring you your drink. Welcome back. Whatever did the Radiant want with you, pray tell? Our allies have sent military delegates. That's news to me. Mind sharing the details?
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
Here's your order, friend. May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more. So advised the Watcher. But what could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the Ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Not alive as such, but not quite dead.
Are we going to the Tempest?
Elidibus. I sealed him in the White Horse of the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it. Ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there.
Seriously?
I know we can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
Really? It would be an opportunity to look in on the others as well. I'm going back to the first? Really?
Thank you, my friend. That would mean much to me.
If nothing else, should we learn the first is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the Ethereal Sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
So ends the brief respite before the next revelation.
What do you mean, Emmett? What do you mean by this?
Yes. So much left for you to see.
What's gonna happen?
Where beginning ends, and end begins.
Okay, I am really happy the MSQ is taking me back to the first again, but... What? Well, I suppose I do feel better on a full stomach, after all. Burning skies, blasphemies? Not if I've got anything to say about it. The final days. How far has the phenomenon spread, and how does it manifest itself in each land? I must reach out to my friends in each nation and find out all I can. Beasts and blasphemies may be running amok in nearby lands outside the influence of Ratzathan and the Alliance. If so, I may need to go hunting. If the Forum truly has been spurred into action by Hydaelyn's prophecy, then is it not odd that the Anti-Tower was entrusted to Master Matoya, who bears them no love? No doubt she has a reason for this, and I would know what it is. Nothing like a feast to lift the spirits. I trust you enjoyed yourself as well. Now then, is there anything we've forgotten to mention? Are your arms and armor in good order? In that case, it's time we each attended to our tasks. And when you arrive on the first, give my regards to Reem. Tell her I miss her. Should we ask questions, don't hide the truth from her. If anything else, see if she has any insights to offer. She's not a child in need of protections, but a comrade we should be willing to rely upon, even if a part of me may always beg to differ. Oh,